Hello class, we are going to talk in this video about distribution decisions. So I am Professor Brenda Alvarez and let's start. So the first topic we're going to talk is about the marketing channel structures. Let's see what's going on here. So we read on class the case about the different channels they had according to the customers. Remember? I think it was the Cisco case. Yes. So here we can see the different kind of channels that we have. We have the direct channel when the producer contacts directly to the consumer as they were doing. Then we have the retail channel where the producer goes, sells it to a retail to sell it to us. Then we have the wholesale channel where the producer goes to a wholesale distributor. He gets in charge to get into the companies at the retail companies, and then the consumer buys from them. And we end up with agent channels. Agent channels, we have the producer, then we have like a broker that goes into the wholesale or distributor. Then we go to the retailer and then goes to the consumers. So marketing channel strategy decisions. There are a lot of decisions we have to make about distribution, but there are like two fundamental methods that cannot pass by this class. Like there's the pull method, in where we do a lot of promotional campaigns and we like brainwash the customer, and then the consumer starts like researching and seeking what brands, and we get them like interested and we created like kind of a need, and then they go to the retailer to purchase the product, whatever you're trying to sell. That is the pull method. And obviously the retailer buy it from the manufacturer. So how does the push method works? It's like the complete opposite. Like you have you produce the amount of products you want to sell, and then you sell it to a retailer and they stock it, and then you do the promotion, in-store promotion, and trained sales force push the product, and then the consumer likely to make purchase decisions on that day. Like when we go to PriceMart, that we go and there's a bunch of people showing off their products. Well, I sometimes do buy when I really, really, really like what they're showing, but that works with some kind of customers and not with all of them. So how do we apply the push and the pull marketing method on the buying process? So the buying process is, first we aware the customers that they have a need, then they take into consideration, they make a decision, they have a post-purchase behavior, and then they become loyals or not loyals, whatever. So the push are the ones that are going to have the ball, and the pull are the ones that are going to have like this kind of star over here. So in the awareness process, the push method will be the radio, online ads, digital billboards, while the pull marketing channels will be social media and viral emails. Okay, you saw that? Let's go back a little. Push, from the manufacturer out. Pull, you convince them by promotional things, and the consumer asks for the product. So we show them the product in the push, they ask for the product on the pull. Okay, let's go back. So consideration. The push method, what's the push method? The push method, you go from the manufacturer to the customer. We have direct email, we have social media ads, reviews. On the pull method, we have blogs, articles, directories, and so on. So, decisions. In the push, we have calls, in-store, web store promotion, sales team email. In the pull, we have video, graph charts, websites. In the push method of the post purchase, we have mobile, IM, chat, post, project, survey, customer, social events, review. In the pull method, we have comments on social sites. Loyalty. In the push method, we have promotion on invoice, newsletter, email. In the pull method, we have like the blogs. You see how like with the stars, the customer itself has to go and get aware of what you're selling or your brand or anything. And then the push method, you see how it's the company that is trying to get to convince the consumer to buy. So there are different kind of intensities when you talk about distribution. We have the intensive distribution where they have the maximum coverage using all available outlets. We have the selective distribution that there is a selection of outlets and close relationship established. And there's the exclusive distribution that is just one or two outlets in the vast geographic area. Do you want to use exclusive distribution? Um, I think I'm going to talk about it later, but just to highlight this, you're going to use exclusive distribution more on your differential or highly branded products and services. Now let's talk about the supply chain management. So let's first see an example. So maybe you can get an idea of how it works. So what Apple does, they get their source of their products from the United States, from China, other Asian countries, Europe, and then they go and assembly in China. We have here the manufacturing process. Then after they already assembly, they use UPS, FedEx, and warehouse facility in Elk Grove, California, to as a warehouse to keep the stock of their products. After that, then they go and distribute them. They use different distribution centers like online, they use retail stores, they use direct sales force, they use wholesale retailers, networks, carriers, etc. After that, they allow customers the warranty return, trade-in programs, recycle, reuse programs. So after the life usage of the product, they could also take advantage of the resources and save some money on sourcing. And it goes all the way again to the beginning. So what is it supply chain management about? It is about how you vertically integrate with partners. Like horizontally is going to be your competitors, but vertically you're going to see who are your suppliers, and you want to have good relationships with them, not only to save time but money. You need some procurement. You need some inventory control. You need logistics. You need to have product life cycle management, preferential pricing and lead times, as I mentioned before, and demand management. So, strategic supply chain management decisions. Why it is important to make these decisions. So, there are different kinds, as you see here in the pyramid. We have the operational ones that are the daily ones, that they are like the 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 daily operations are the ones that actually show up what your type of strategy is, that you can see it on the top. So first you have to be clear what is your strategy. And this is a strategy that will last for years. It's like it has to be correlated with what you think about the mission of the company. So the typical decisions of the strategic type of decision is supply chain strategies, sell direct or through retailers. Should we outsource or sell in-house? Should we focus on cost or customer service? Supply chain network design will be like, how many plants do we need? Where are going to be the locations? What are their capacity of the plants, and what is the capacity of the warehouse? What is my product mix at each plant? So then we have the tactical ones, that is like from 3 months to a year, like what are the lead for the operational type. It will be like the kind of work source, production planning, inventory policies, safety stock level, which location supply, which markets, transportation strategies, among others. These are like the main ones. And then we have the operational ones, where you we talk about the production scheduling, distribution scheduling and routing, place, inventory, replenishment orders, lead time quotations, etc. So how supply chain decision impacts strategy? We have the in class, we I made you select between the two strategies, low cost strategy or differentiation strategy. Depending on what you choose, then you will see what will benefit the company you're working on. The supplier's goal for differential strategy will be share market research, jointly develop products and options. And the low cost strategy will be supply demand at lowest cost possible, of course. Primary selection criteria for the low cost will be select primarily for cost, of course. And for the differentiation will be select primarily for product development skills. Important. Okay, and what are the trends in the supply chain management? What is going on? What's going to happen 5 years from now? The supply chain, the management of the supply chains has changed significantly. Like 10 years ago from now is completely different. Like we're like at a point right now where for companies it is more important to have like a efficient supply chain. It's more important to have like an efficient product, because if you have an efficient supply chain, then you will end up with a better product. So according to research, customer-centric supply chain management. So first you detect the needs and the wants of the customer, and then you try to create the best supply chain to develop the product or service they actually want. Rapid change in technology-driven integrations and visibility. Okay, technology affects every single industry in the world. Supply disruption, importance de-escalate. Okay, and must further the organization strategy, not just supply chain management strategy, and the macro level changes with customers, government, and technology directly influences micro level supply plans. If you control your distribution, you control your image. Bernard Arnault. He's like the most billionaire person in France. We have an assignment, and I hope you check up your Moodle and have a nice weekend. If you have any